Hey everyone, you're watching Shadow and Act. Welcome here. This is your girl Dante. Today we have Grammy-winning singer and actress Maya. We're talking about her Lifetime movie, My Favorite Christmas Melody. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, you're watching Shadow and Act. I have the amazing Grammy-winning singer and actress Maya here today. We're talking about her Lifetime movie, My Favorite Christmas Melody. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm excited. So
Well,
I
happy early holidays, by the way.
Right, early happy holidays. Your movie, My Favorite Christmas Melody, really spoke to my soul. I think it has to do about finding that inspiration again and finding your voice again within yourself. And Abby Walker, your character that you play, I think that she sees that home is where the heart is, and she finds that inspiration. Where do you turn when you lose inspiration?
Well, are you asking as Maya or as Abby?
I am asking Miss Maya.
Home is actually where I also turned when I was, I would say, transitioning from maybe devastation to new territory in my independent career. I started a foundation in the performing arts and technology for children in the inner city, which took me right back to my love of the arts as well as where I came from, my roots, and purpose, a purpose-filled life, and never losing the passion for what made me, what shaped me, and brought me here in the first place as far as music business. Because outside of business, which can also be a hot mess sometimes, as we know, you can sometimes lose your footing or interest and the love for it. But I allowed that not to happen with me by always staying close to home, buying a house at home, creating my band and all the opportunities with my team, fresh out of Prince George's County, Maryland, or the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, giving opportunity to those to travel around the world with me as my main touring entity. So staying close to home did it for me as well. And that was right on time with my independent journey, having a place where I could always record. My studio is in my hometown where I produced most of my independent projects to this day.
Which is crazy because I feel like some people will run away from home to gain inspiration because they feel like it boxes them in. So to hear that you go back to the DMV area and you pour into your community is so beautiful. And my next question is that sometimes we have to take alternate routes and take the path less traveled, which we saw Abby do, in order to find herself yet again. So how do you, Maya, feel about that whole entire quote or ideal of we have to take the path less traveled?
Well, taking the path less traveled means it's also less crowded. And that's also where you can block out a lot of the noise, which you get in those major cities that you're told to chase and pursue your dreams in. Um, and it's wonderful to have those experiences in life as well, but it can be very lonely when you're not close physically to family or reminded of all the things that molded you and made you in the first place, or sparked that passion to venture out into the world that might have just disappointed you and deterred you from your passion. So that reminder of your earlier stomping grounds, your dreams, and that childhood wonderment is very important to keep you on path, your path specific to you, and what made you feel alive and wanted to venture out in the world in the first place. And we can lose focus in adult life, in corporate life, in the chatter of the busy world and the many voices that come with that. So I think home can be very healthy and inspiring, not to always inspired or aspire to want to see the world. There's nothing wrong with that. There's growth and new experiences, et cetera. But there's something special about home, even if there are hardships that you remember, to see how far you've come. And there's beauty in that as well. So there are very much similarities between myself, Maya, the recording artist, Maya, the person, Maya Harrison, and Abby Walker in music, but also in love, in distrust, in stepping out on a leap of faith and trying something new. And then also finding surprises in the places that you least expect. So I definitely connected to the script, which is why I am a part of this amazing film for the holidays.
Ah, and you beat me to my question because I was definitely going to ask you if there was any similarities or differences between you and Abby,
Yeah.
because even in your character, I felt some similarities in myself and where I am right now as a young 28-year-old woman. So that was awesome to see. So would you say there's any differences between you two?
Well, yes, there are differences, I would say, experience, because you don't just have one hardship in the business of music. You have many that you have to push through, and there are going to be many disappointments, but those are amazing blessings. And I think because this is the first go round for Abby, she's super sensitive. But I have a 23-year career of ups, downs, lefts, rights, roller coaster ride. And it's definitely, shaped me to be an amazing person and very, very savvy in business. But you have to have those necessities, to mold you into an amazing business person or entity or label or entertainment company, because you learn mostly from trial and error, which are necessary, to prevent you from major future mistakes.
Yeah.
So those are the greatest lessons in life, which also, if you utilize it, can be your greatest blessings and assets as well.
Yeah,
So she's a newbie.
for
Maya,
sure.
not.
And you know what's so funny that you said that? I was like, it was just one song that she stole, girl. It's probably gonna be more. Like, come on.
Everywhere, and that is haunting her every day. She hears it on the radio. Her
She
friends are
bugged
singing
out.
it. Yeah, it's cringy,
Yes.
very, very annoying. And it worked out for someone, and they're gaining all of the millions, of dollars, while she is struggling to pay for her apartment in New York City, which is not cheap, by the way. To hear that and to know that that's someone else's success from your soul, and that's very, very painstaking, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And I really enjoyed yours and the school teachers connection throughout. You guys were so funny, like the banter between you two. What do you feel he bought out of Abby's character that you don't think you could have bought out of Abby's character?
Travis, well, he's played by Rainbow Sun Franks, who's hilarious on set, by the way.
He's hilarious on screen.
Multitude. He has a multitude of characters that he can play within 3 minutes, but he keeps every moment interesting. And we rehearsed prior to every scene if we had the time. So that was very helpful. He rehearses like I like to rehearse, and we like to come prepared, and we step aside so that when we're on set, we want to play and deliver after we have the foundation. So that was refreshing to be a part of and to experience with him. As far as pulling something out of Abby, is there anything in particular that you're referring to with
I would say
Travis?
her music. Her music.
Well, there's teamwork, which
Yeah.
she's actually discouraged from at the time, that he
Yes.
finally, through his comedy and through, his character, he has a lot of charisma, he has a lot of charm, but he's hilarious. I think he's humorous, and he's very lighthearted. And I think pure spirited. And she notices that where she opens up eventually. She's a hard cookie, especially based on what she's been through.
Yeah.
But I think she softens up a little bit because she can see that he's a pure spirit with no bad intentions, until you have to watch the story for that.
Yes. And they sure do. What is your favorite Christmas melody?
My favorite Christmas melody has always been Silent Night.
Oh,
It puts me in a state of absolute peace. It's very soothing to listen to, and there's so many different versions and renditions. It can range from jazz to R&B to gospel to operatic. Um, I think I've always loved that song from childhood as like a musical composition. But then you have your carols
yes.
that you grow up singing in school and with your family and your siblings, like Jingle Bells or Rudolph the Red-Nosed
The
Reindeer.
Jackson 5 too. Like I love all
Yeah,
the Jackson 5s. For some reason, I think of that every
exactly.
time. Um,
Yeah.
what would you say? You have a new song coming out right now, Worth It. And again, it speaks to my soul, especially where I am right now in life. What was the purpose of creating this song?
Well, worth it is the payoff, receiving the fruits of your labor
Mm.
in the long run, the marathon, and the reward that actually comes by sticking to your path and stepping into new territory. investing in yourself, practicing self-love, your peace, your meditation, your diet, taking the road less traveled that you mentioned earlier. And then what that looks like after years of consistency and investing in yourself, knowing that it's not a sprint, knowing that your life is going to look a little different, but holding on and pushing through pain, obstacles, challenges, and knowing that there is a reward, but also seeing it, um, and being the example of that. That's what worth it is. It's boss music in the flow. Not many people know me as a lyricist or a rapper or anything like that, but I've been doing it in my independent journey, hidden on
I
non-sync.
loved it. At first I heard, I was like, wait, this is Maya? Wait, hold up.
Yeah, but you
Spitting
know
on
what?
the bars.
Yeah, I grew up on Black Thought. I grew up on Tribe Called Quest, on Diggable Planets, and Lauryn Hill and the Fugees, and that's where I pulled from the classic hip hop flow. Um, but really, really sexy and still spoken, sort of like conscious spoken word. Um, with singing, the aspect of that, but just speaking my truth and sharing it as a single with a little visual.
And what would you say is one thing right now worth having in your life?
Worth having in my life? Some food.
Don't we all need that? Food for the soul.
Food, some good holiday food.
Yes.
This is the time of year that I love hot food. And in the past, I've done raw vegan challenges, which were the hardest during this time of year
Mm,
because it's hard to heat up your food when you're doing raw.
mm.
Technically, you're not supposed to heat it up past, I think, 118 degrees because you kill off the nutrients and the enzymes, etc. So this time of year, I'm not on any challenges, but I start my detox in December, going into the new year. I will be eating a lot of food in November and I will be cooking a lot, but it's hot foods during this year that I feel like I deserve because I've done the challenges year after year and I'm tired and I'm hungry.
Good for you.
I'm cold. Being from the East Coast, I'm cold.
I can't believe that you did a raw challenge during the holiday season. Girl, no. That is dedication and discipline right there.
It was worth it, but not this year. I
Okay.
deserve food, hot food.
And what do you hope that listeners will take in from Maya in this new stage of where you are in life from your song, Worth It?
Inspiration. I hope that people receive inspiration, a little faith and hope to push through and whatever their course is and staying on path, and dealing with the obstacles in a healthy way, not throwing in the towel, but just proceeding and pushing forward or trying something new and having that courage to know that it doesn't have to look like everyone else's life, but yours you can craft specifically. And then also to invest in yourself, to practice self-love, to practice self-care, whatever that looks like for you, customize it, and you will have your custom life with consistency, of course, and baby steps. So I hope all of that comes through and some self-reflection and giving yourself some time and knowing that it will be worth it in the end. And that when you look at me, no, it has not been an easy journey. It's been full of challenges, but it's paid off. And I hope that you can see that and feel that and pull from that.
Oh my gosh. I need to I'm so glad I saved this because I'm going to look back at this interview for myself because I know that God ordained me to interview you today because everything that I've been feeling, I swear I felt like I watched it through that Lifetime movie, your song and things that you're talking to me. I'm like, oh, big sis is talking to me. God is using you to talk to me. So thank you. Keep putting out that work. You are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to see what else you put out, honestly.
It's on the way.
I
2
can't.
more albums.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Worth It's a great, great single to drop because honestly, I'm going to be blasting that during the manifestations, girl, because I felt it. I felt it. I felt it.
Glad that you felt that.
Thank you so much for being here with Shadow and Act. I appreciate your time and all of your talent. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
December 5th, 8/7 Central Lifetime, Sunday.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you and happy early holidays.